Halo. Assalamualaikum dan selamat malam kepada semua FPL managers. Kembali ke udara ialah FPL Jedi Show untuk Game Week 11 transfer deadline. Saya rasa tidak terlewat untuk saya mengucapkan kembali Happy Deepavali. Okay? Happy Diwali kepada rakan-rakan kita yang menyambut Hari Deepavali, okay, kepada yang beragama India, okay. And then seperti biasa kita ke udara pada malam ni untuk run through team news bagi game week 11 as preparation, di mana game week 11 punya deadline will be at 2:30 AM tonight. Pada malam ni pukul 2:30 pagi. That's why kita ke udara pada malam ni, okay. Untuk itu saya welcome saya punya partner in crime seperti biasa. Azmin, apa khabar? Apakah perasaan anda pada malam ni?
Okay, I don't know why tapi excited juga untuk minggu ni. Rasa ada minggu ni mungkin ada peluang untuk push further and push up the ranks. InsyaAllah kalau semua menjadi, then it should be a good week.
Okay, I think everyone is looking forward this week. Saya pun juga nak improve saya punya ranking, okay. Seperti yang semua sedia maklum ataupun kalau belum maklum lagi, game week 11 ni adalah minggu sebelum kita international break sekali lagi, will be the third one this season, okay. So insyaAllah definitely lah lepas tu kita break, confirm lah kalau boleh kita nak green arrow, I mean. Kalau red arrow nampak akan merudum for the next 1 or 2 weeks lah. Okay, just nak ingatkan seperti biasa kami bersiaran langsung pada malam ni dekat 3 siaran lah, so called FPL Jedi Show Facebook. We are also live dekat our YouTube channel FPL Jedi Show dan juga FB untuk FPL Assistant Manager. Okay, so kepada siapa yang dapat join kita malam ni, Alhamdulillah, we welcome you and hopefully kita boleh update you all team news yang akan membantu anda untuk mempersiapkan deadline kita yang tak lama lagi ni lah, 12.30, 1.30, 2.30 dalam 3 jam lagi lah insyaAllah ya. Okay, so just nak also mention tema tonight ialah kita di bowling ground West Ham United kerana game penting lah, okay. Game yang penting pada saya juga ialah West Ham lawan Liverpool this week. It's a big match lah to me. And to you also, I mean, right?
Yeah, setuju. West Ham have been really doing well untuk season ni dan memang I expect them to continue to do well, and David Moyes memang dah galvanize the team. Memang quite good to watch.
Okay. Mari kita terus deep dive atau dive in. Okay, untuk game week 11 punya fixture yang akan bermula pada pukul 4 pagi ni. Kalau larat bangun boleh tengok, especially siapa ada pemain Southampton dengan Villa lah ya. Azmin ada Danny Ings, siapa ada Livramento, kalau you main dia first 11, then maybe you ada teruja nak tengok this game. Alright, so tonight will be Southampton lawan Villa, okay. And then tomorrow night pukul 8.30 malam, okay, Manchester derby match between United and City. That will be the biggest game lah of this week. Pukul 8.30, okay. And then pukul 11, okay, Brentford lawan Norwich, Chelsea lawan Burnley dan diikuti Crystal Palace dengan Wolves. Okay, you ada 3 pilihan nak tengok game mana. And then pada tengah malam pukul 1.30 Brighton lawan Newcastle, okay. Pada hari Ahad pula pukul 10 kita ada 3 game untuk dipilih. Arsenal lawan Watford, okay. Arsenal on good run sekarang, okay. Baru mengalahkan siapa last week? Leicester 2-0, okay.
Yep.
Everton kalah lagi pada last week, okay. Sekarang akan melayan kedatangan Spurs yang telah appoint new coach ya, Antonio Conte. Antonio Conte dah dapat 1 win under his belt lawan Europa League Conference so called, okay. Menentang Vitesse, menang 3-2. So Mereka dah ada some momentum sekarang nampak. Leeds United lawan Leicester, okay. Leicester pula seri satu sama saja during midweek untuk Europa League, so definitely they want to bounce back. They also lose to Arsenal last week, okay. But on the other hand, Leeds pula menang 2-1 dengan Norwich, so mungkin dia nak continue to run. And last but not least, kita akan finish up pukul 12.30 malam hari Ahad. West Ham bertemu Liverpool. Like we mentioned, both team on form lah, I can say. Liverpool and West Ham in the top 4 bracket right now. Both I think have chance to win this game lah, yeah. Okay Min, let's run through dulu team news untuk Southampton lawan Villa. Apa perkembangan baru yang mungkin you boleh share, Min?
Mute, sorry. Okay, so untuk Southampton, pretty much everyone important is fit, and that includes Broja. So Broja yang telah skor 2 gol sebelum ni, dia dah fit balik, ankle dia dah tak ada masalah, dan most likely dia akan return. And for me, sebab form compared to Armstrong yang banyak shot tapi still not able to, tak clinical, not able to score, so I think that Broja will return for Armstrong. Everyone else looks the same. I think that for this match, I don't know if anyone is interested, tapi you could play James Ward-Prowse kalau ada yang berminat. James Ward-Prowse, if I remember correctly, season lepas menentang Villa, dia dapat penalty and win, ada goal dengan assist sekali. So it's a good match up for him. And kita tahu yang Aston Villa sekarang tengah berterabur, still tak hujung pangkal, tak sure lagi. Tapi itu je lah nak cakap. Tapi Broja sebab dia punya harga yang sangat murah, good value for money for forward yang starting, I'm pretty confident that he will start. Of course, Livramento, you guys yang ramai daripada kita semua ada Livramento, tapi nak letak kat bench ke nak letak kat first 11 tu, that one terpulang. Sebab ramai yang kalau dah ada injury tu dan tak not much.
Since kau dah cakap pasal Livramento, harga dia makin lama makin naik. Kalau anda tak ada lagi Livramento, terpaksa bayar 4.5 juta sekarang kalau tak silap.
Kalau ikutkan ada awal musim dia start 4.0, saya beli pun dah 4.3 kot. Sekarang dah 4.5. So saya beli masa wildcard je lah, masa tu baru saya ambil. Okay, Aston Villa pula, Aston Villa dah lah kucak-kacir, dia punya injury issue pun berterabur juga. Now Douglas Luiz
ada mungkin missing untuk Aston Villa. Ada dengar lah macam Danny Ings pun macam
Danny Ings macam dia nak datang lawan dia punya previous club, macam dah tak no, I think he's out. And then tambah lagi Douglas Luiz and Traore, Bernard Traore, so they are out as well. So how Dean Smith nak susun dia punya squad ni, kita tak tahu lagi macam mana, sebab setakat ni belum lagi ada sukses. Tapi tanpa Ings, Watkins ada peluang untuk go forward up top, macam minggu lepas, tapi tak. They still need to work on that. But I still think Bailey will be a good pick once Dean Smith jumpa the winning formation or the winning formula to be able to succeed. I think Bailey is one. I mean, if I had a watch list, Bailey would be on it lah.
Okay, so last week Dean Smith decide tak nak main Mings first 11. Adakah kita boleh nampak dia akan kembali masuk ke dalam first 11 ni?
I don't see it lah. I think that sorry, Mings. Oh, Mings. Sorry, I thought you meant
Tyrone Mings. Yeah, Tyrone Mings.
No, yeah. I think he'll go back immediately, because at the end of the day, Aston Villa must tetap kalah juga minggu lepas. Walaupun tanpa Mings, and I think it's a good wake up call for Mings lah. It's macam to let him know that we can drop you. Memang Dean Smith nak give him the captain that message lah, sebab dia macam tak dengar sebelum ni. So sekarang dia dah mungkin dia akan perform better. That one again is a that one tak sure lagi kan. So tapi other than that, everyone else is the same. Tapi untuk this matchup, it's a tough one. It could be the thing is Southampton. margin
Kau
score.
rasa game ni macam mana? Southampton yang akan menang ke macam mana?
I think maybe it's a 1-1 draw.
Satu sama Okay, you still expect Southampton to concede goal lah and Villa got the goal So nampaknya kalau aku nak bawa masuk Libra masuk first 11 ni macam tak pastilah nampaknya.
Tak ni. Yeah, I mean I think Aston Villa will score.
Okay, but there is also chance Southampton keep a clean sheet lah, boleh jadi juga kan. Kalau Villa still struggling lah Okay, something to decide lah. Okay, let's go to Manchester United lawan Man City. Game yang so-called kalau tak dulu Solskjaer under pressure, tapi sebab dah menang 3-0 last week macam dah tak cerita sangat. Tapi kalau game ni kalah balik, adakah luka lama boleh berdarah kembali? So Manchester United lawan Man City. Okay, we know everyone wants to win, especially Man City yang kalah dengan Crystal Palace last week 2-0 di halaman sendiri. Surely dia nak bounce back secepat mungkin, dan lawan Manchester United tak kira lah sama ada mereka on form ke tak, Man City boleh menang lawan United at any time. So apakah team news untuk dua-dua ni? Adakah any injury yang perlu kita aware?
Okay, the biggest problem with Manchester United is that Varane yang kita ada cakap itu masa Champions League got injured and memang he's out. So he will not be available for this match, and bagi saya memang it's quite important for him as the experienced Champions League player for him to be there. Tapi Bailey should play. I think dia dah no longer frozen out, probably because dah tak ada pilihan. Lindelof is back as well. Yeah, he was injured hari tu tapi dah okay dah. So I mean for Manchester United that's it. So
okay,
it's tough lah sebab Varane was key in that defense, and now he's injured, and sebelum tu Manchester United pun berterabur. Okay, untuk Manchester City, I think everyone is fit. That's the other challenge.
Tapi aku rasa game ni Pogba dengan Laporte masih suspended, betul tak? Sebab dia kenakan merah.
Laporte is okay. But because Laporte is suspended, but Stones ada, so tak ada masalah lah. But Walker looks like he may be out. It looks like according to Pep's conference he's out, which means that kalau dia fit in right back tu, Cancelo can fit into right back, and Cancelo kalau kita tengok matches dia sebelum ni, Cancelo memang hebat kalau main right back.
Okay. So kalau macam tu Cancelo right back, Zinchenko lah I suppose left side.
Zinchenko. Lepas tu tengah tu Diaz dengan Stones lah. Okay. But one thing I want to mention pasal Manchester City, untuk musim ni agak lain sikit sebab Pep agak predictable this time. Kita asyik sangkakan dia akan rotate tapi dia tak rotate. Kita asyik sangka dia rotate tapi dia tak rotate. So, Diaz and Foden sejak dia masuk, he's been starting regularly. Jesus playing on the right wing instead of Mahrez. Mahrez memang dia macam main untuk League Cup dengan Champions League. Bernardo Silva seems to be a mainstay as well. So it's quite predictable. Terkejut lah, heran juga. Tapi itulah, tak apa. Itu rezeki kita lah as fantasy football players.
So kalau kau macam ada Foden semua ni, happy lah sebab Varane macam injured, so macam ada chance score. I think kalau tengok some prediction yang ada pandit bagi ataupun managers bagi juga, saya tengok Manchester City menang 2-1 atau 3-1 game ni. Itu prediction mereka lah. So kalau ada goal daripada Man City, semestinya saya rasa Foden lah player yang paling form sekarang dekat Man City.
Okay, yeah, I agree, and I think that Manchester United will score against this one. So maybe, but I think it's still a Manchester City win, maybe 2-1. But it's tough. It is at Old Trafford. There is pressure. It's not Manchester City feeling the pressure to perform, but Manchester United themselves are going to feel under pressure from their own fans. And it should be interesting, and it's an early match for Saturday, so memang biasa nak tengok.
So kalau katakanlah manager ada Ronaldo adakah FPL managers perlu kekalkan dia ataupun boleh berfikir nak tukar orang lain untuk game ni?
Nak tukar, tak payah. I think
So,
Ronaldo can score.
Yup. Okay, so maksudnya kalau ada siapa ada Ronaldo, I think should keep him and then reassess balik apa bila international break. Sebab seperti yang semua tahu, okay, kita ada share midweek, Spurs akan ada very favourable match up after this. Kalau you nak easily tukar Ronaldo kepada Kane, tak ada masalah lah kerana buat macam tu. Okay.
Yeah. It's not a week to bring in any Manchester United, Manchester City players lah. Tapi it should be good to watch.
Okay. So kalau kata ada orang nak bawa masuk Man City player, adakah you advise untuk bawa Foden atau sesiapa masuk?
Foden, yes. Of course, kalau you ada kalau ada gap so much money to spend sementara menunggu Son tu, maybe you can consider KDB.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have
KDB tak berapa form lah, tapi boleh consider lah kan.
Yeah. I mean, he still has scored 2 goals and he didn't play as many minutes compared to players yang lain, and these are the matches yang you can see him raising his game. So tengoklah macam mana.
So pada rakan FPL, kalau ada Ronaldo, you ada Ronaldo, I think keep game lah. Okay. Kalau berani, captain dia lah. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go to the next match, man. Okay, Brentford lawan Norwich. Like you know, Norwich ni memang pasukan belasahan setakat ni. Kalah lagi last week lawan Leeds United dekat halaman sendiri 2-1. So Brentford lawan away. Surely Brentford is favourite to win this game lah, dan aset-aset penting yang kami nak tahulah, especially Bomo yang tak main last week, adakah dia sihat untuk game ni?
Okay, according to the manager Brentford, manager Mbeumo should start. He is getting fit already. Tapi dia punya language dia not quite macam if all goes well in training he should start. So dia memang stop short of confirming whether or not dia akan start. But I have him and I think I expect him to start lah. But it's interesting with Brentford because with Tony actually setakat ni he's only scored 2 goals and 2 assists out of 10 games. Mbeumo pun hanya 2 gol. So we seem to have a lot of expectations on them even though they haven't performed. But this is against Norwich. Last week, Leeds United pun sekarang ni pasukan bawahan still managed to score against Norwich. So the quality of Mbeumo and Tony, Wisa tu still injured. Dia out until lambat lagi after the international break. In terms of injury, cuma aja je yang one of the key players who's out. Other than that, everyone's fit. So against Norwich, I cannot see Norwich winning this either, even though Brentford aren't great themselves. I can see Brentford scoring, finding their way past Norwich. Norwich pula ada lagi injury, Kabak katanya injured, Hanley injured, so those are the centre backs. Okay. So I mean it got to the point that I've been following Twitter, ada orang consider captaining Tony sebab Norwich and it's hard to say if it wasn't because Salah is tengah still hot like mad, in any other time maybe I would say let's get Tony, Captain Tony, but but it'll take some kena berani lah kalau tak nak Captain Salah, nak ke Tony, tapi it could really pay off. It could
be a payoff lah. Kalau betul-betul nak differential, Tony boleh lah. Cuma you tahu lah form tak ada sekarang ni. Dia dah lama tak gol pun atau produce any assist. So itu saja. But if there is a game to make a comeback, is definitely game ni lah ya.
Yep. That's
so,
right.
It will be a brief manager to do that. So rakan FPL kalau nak try cuba Captain Tony, saya support awak. Okay. So next game kita pergi Chelsea lawan Burnley. Saya percaya Lukaku dengan Werner masih tak available this game. Tapi bagaimana dengan player-player lain, especially player yang manager yang ada Mason Mount yang tak main last week. So adakah dia berpeluang?
Okay, so nampaknya Mason Mount is still out. Apparently this ill ni baru dia sekarang dia cakap is sebab dia sakit gigi, something to do with his wisdom tooth. So agak ganjil sebab selama ni kenapa dia tak cakap awal, and it's quite mysterious. In the end boleh kata macam, oi penat juga dia hat trick hari tu sampai terus tak boleh main next few weeks. So but it's frustrating for the owners, as because obviously owners dia akan simpan amount, why not, because of his hat trick. Tapi tak sekali terus tak main, kecewa. So but in a way this means because during midweek kita kan risau yang Havertz mungkin because dia pun main 90 minutes lawan Chelsea in the Champions League. So ada rumours yang mungkin dia tak main untuk this weekend. Tapi dah Mount pun tak ada, I think Havertz will still play. Whether he'll perform or not tu I'm not so sure. Frust juga dia rasa sebab kiri kanan defender semua score, dia tak score. But he should still play. Alonso is out. Apparently, according to the Tuchel's press conference, towards the end of the Champions League match, he got injured. They didn't. I can't remember. I don't think he specified what's in it, but it's not a serious one, but it's definitely out. So tak ada masalah for Chilwell to start. Everyone expects James to start. For those yang ngikuti press conference, dia ada mengatakan, dia bukan press conference, dia ada macam interview juga lah. Dia kata yang memang James and Chilwell ni dia look at them as midfielders, not defenders. So and they expected
Kita suruh serang dan cuba attack dan score gol kan.
Betul, yeah. So they expect him to score. So memang it's good for us lah, for those who have him. And although but still I'm not upset because if I don't have James but I have Rudiger and Chilwell, I think and let me just show. Okay, according to Rakat FPL, Chilwell Milton pula. Yeah, it does look like they're taking turns, tapi it looks James seems to be more explosive at this point in time, but it can be anyone. Bagi saya memang mana-mana boleh ada peluang.
Okay, good. So if let's say you ada Chilwell, you play. Kalau ada teringin duit, ada nak bawa masuk Reece James yang is the most transferred in player this week, man. Reece James.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yes. So sebab dah score 2 goals last week, dapat 21 point. Wah, kenyang masa pada dia. So mungkin dia akan boleh buat lagi this week. That's why ramai orang bawa dia masuk.
We'll see.
Okay. Let's go to Crystal Palace lawan Wolves. Okay, Crystal Palace yang menang 2-0 lawan Man City last week. Mesti dia tengah masih dalam mood bergembira mungkin. Tapi akan melayan Wolves yang akan bertandang, which is another good team lah ya. So any news untuk Crystal Palace dengan Wolves? Adakah aset-aset seperti Zaha, Gallagher, Jimenez dengan Huang akan bermain pada minggu ni?
Okay, so for Crystal Palace memang it looks like everyone's healthy, tak ada masalah. All the key players except for siapa ni? Izzy itulah. Izzy itu long term injury, so he's still out. So which is good. Of course, for those yang tertanya-tanya adakah dia akan main Milivojevic sekali or dia akan bench untuk optimize Gallagher's points tu, no one knows. Yeah, that one is unfortunately tak boleh nak agak. Okay, that's for Crystal Palace. For Wolves, Marcel tu is still out, and that's it. Everyone else is fit.
Okay, so kalau kata manager ada Gallagher atau Huang atau Jimenez, adakah awak akan bagi dia main this week?
Itulah. My team has Huang, and all the other matches indicate that he should be on the bench. Tapi I like this Huang Jimenez partnership. I think I pernah kata sebelum ni, and they are capable of scoring. And Palace, although they're in a good round of form, I think the Manchester City match where they win 2-0, I think they'll be still euphoria minggu lepas tu mungkin tak ada lagi mungkin, and they'll get a bit careless this week, and I think There's enough quality in Wolves attack to score. Hari tu saya tengok Wolves lawan Everton. Of course Everton were tengah hancur masa tu, tapi Wolves punya passing smooth, they look confident. So I can still see them scoring lawan Palace. It could be a good match to watch. Maybe 2-2.
So I think kalau saya ada Huang, Jimenez, Gallagher ke, you just play them lah. You never know. Kalau tak ada luck dapat, tak ada luck tak ada goal, itu sajalah.
According to Brian, Jimenez confidence high. That's true. Ever since he scored balik the goal, finally it took him a while to score that first goal, but after that he's been scoring. So
not bad. Aku rasa kalau kata nak flashback balik lah, katalah nak flashback aku punya move dulu, kata Tony pergi Jimenez kan, lepas tu in the end Jimenez tak score, tapi Tony dapat 12 point. Tapi in the long run nampak Jimenez lagi better daripada Tony for that period lah.
So I mean in a way for Jimenez macam season lepas, sebelum dia injured lah, two seasons ago, dia tak score more than 10 points, but they're consistent scoring goals, 8-9, quite regular. You can always rely on it. 5, 6, tak adalah meletup, tapi at least consistent. Consistent.
So I like Jimenez punya pick. If you have him, I definitely play him this week. Okay, regardless of Crystal Palace punya matchup. Okay, mari kita pergi ke Brighton lawan Newcastle. Okay, Newcastle masih lagi dalam woeful punya form. Brighton pula baru seri 2 sama dengan Liverpool last week. So definitely they are on high. I expect Brighton to win comfortably lawan Newcastle. So any team news yang kita patut worry untuk?
Okay. For Brighton is just the only Welbeck je lah yang still a long term injury, sebab hamstring, but no I don't think there were any new issues. The issue with Brighton is considering how will they come up with that formation with Trossard pushed up front and Mope bench, sebab out of position potential tu kan. Tapi Graham Potter ada dalam press conference, Liverpool tu macam special case lah. So they are not likely. So the implication you can get from that, tak mungkin dia akan, kemungkinan besar dia takkan guna formation tu lagi lah. Meaning Mope akan balik semula into the first 11. But in terms of the potential to Brighton score points tu memang tinggi, and if you have Brighton players, well, good. Don't sell them. Play your defenders as well, whether it's Duffy, Dunk, Trossard. Dan kalau you ada Trossard tu, main lah.
Itulah, siapa ada terfikir nak bawa Trossard masuk this week, katalah 1 week pan lah, katalah next week nak buat wildcard, aku rasa bagus juga, boleh cuba tu.
I think it's good.
Sebab ingat lagi Trossard pernah perform 1 goal 1 assist kat lawan Newcastle last season. So it's not bad lah. Okay, so called macam good pan lah for this week, I think.
So for Newcastle there's no changes, no
new manager yet ya. Kita dengar ada ura-ura Eddie Howe akan dilantik, sedang finalize deal dia, tapi mungkin tak sempat untuk manage this game week lah kot.
Tak sempat. So it'll still be the Graham Jones lagi on that week lah. I mean the key players, Wilson, Maximin, Almiron, semua tu still playing, cuma itulah tak they're having problems, and now on Brighton will be harder as well because Brighton are a good defense side, have a good defense.
Zuyong, kalau ada Wilson, aku main juga, mana tahu dia boleh celus lawan Brighton. So Callum Wilson is not a bad pick. Okay, next kita pergi Arsenal lawan Watford. Walaupun lepas menang dengan Everton 5-2, lepas tu dia kalah dekat home dengan Southampton. Banyak aset dia telah mengecewakan, termasuk aset yang aku ada, Ismail Sarr. Sudah tiba masanya mungkin Watford aset dibuang. Tapi Arsenal on form, kita tengok. Kalau nak cerita, Smith Rowe adalah second most transferred in player this week, Aku pun tak sangka. Mungkin bila aku tengok statistik, Smith Rowe 13 point lawan siapa sebelum ni? Is it Villa ke apa, and then 9 points lawan Leicester last week. So mungkin sebab tu ke ramai orang dah tak sabar nak bawa dia masuk.
Sebab they inform and more importantly, Smith Rowe harga dia for the amount of points he's producing is really menarik. so definitely you'd want, I can see people bringing them in. I wish I had space, but I don't. Again, I think last week saya ada mengatakan yang I think Saka is still the best pick. I have to look at that again and think that I may have been wrong. Yeah, because Smith Rowe seems to be really pushing in, and there's so much positivity with the Arsenal team at the moment, based on how they're going about things. So it looks like what the long-term plan of Arteta is finally actually becoming reality. They are starting to become more consistent. Yeah. Other than Arsenal, if you look at Watford, okay, Watford is still work in progress for Claudia Ranieri. We all were so excited after they scored 5-2 against Everton, and still sekali lawan Southampton blank. So it's hard to see where they are. It'll take a long time, and with the current fixtures, Watford tak payah
So
risau.
Arsenal player ada siapa-siapa kita patut risau? Tierney ada ke dah balik? Zaka and so on?
Okay, so kata Tierney is supposedly fit as well, tapi whether or not he will return to the starting lineup is a question. Because Arteta kata Nuno Tavares is playing well as well, and so it's good competition. Memang not great for FPL managers to try to figure out who. But if I was him, I would probably still start Tavares because they've been playing well and winning games. So why break up a winning team?
Betul. Okay, good. So saya foresee game ni Arsenal menang besar. Adakah salah untuk saya berfikir macam tu? Arsenal menang 3-0. Setuju ke tak?
Yeah, it's boleh 3-0 is definitely doable. Boleh je.
Right. I think Aubameyang also a good asset lah kalau if you thinking for this week lah, especially kan, sebab Aubameyang walaupun orang tak minat.
If you remember midweek, we were talking about the captaincy, and I thought Aubameyang may be the alternative to Salah if you want. Although right now Tony is looking good as well. Tapi who captains cheap striker kan? Itulah.
Okay, alright. So mari kita pergi ke Everton lawan Spurs. Game ni tiba-tiba, okay, game Everton lawan Spurs ni saya berminat setelah Antonio Conte telah dilantik menjadi Spurs manager, okay, pada hari Khamis lepas ataupun hari Rabu lepas. So expectation dia adalah tinggi di mana Spurs untuk perform lawan Everton yang semakin parah kalau tengok asyik kalah saja. So adakah aset-aset seperti Kane dengan Spurs, dengan Son ni patut kita monitor and so on. So what do you think Everton lawan Spurs line up?
Yeah, Everton, I think they've lost 3 in a row now. So I think it's quite frustrating, especially when it's Rafa Benitez punya task to steady the ship. But when you don't have key players like Doucouré and Calvert-Lewin both injured, and Doucouré especially is really, really important to help out in terms of screening that defense. I mean, he's not strictly speaking a defensive midfielder, but he's a box to box. So Yerry Mina is still out as well. It's going to be tough, but I think Rafa Benitez will fancy his chances. Because kalau kita tengok Spurs punya match midweek pun still not so great either. They started well and had problems, but yeah, everyone should still be looking to bring in Kane or Son at some point.
Okay, so I think kalau kata siapa ada Spurs asset yang terfikir nak bawa masuk, this my own advice, mungkin kita patut, walaupun kita dah tahu line up Conte turun pada midweek, okay, di mana Son dengan Kane so-called start up front, and then dia main Reguilon dan juga Emerson Royal on the flank atau wing backs, okay. But I think lawan Everton ni adalah important untuk kita tengok line up yang so-called mungkin this is the line up yang Conte akan main, dan saya nampak potensi ada some good asset yang kita boleh bawa masuk, especially after international break. That is my thinking lah, man. What do you think?
Yeah, and I think betul, and setuju. And kalau apa? If you're not in a hurry, you're until the international break, if you don't want to do a transfers, but you can plan to bring in. So let's see how this, for me, is a, if you don't already have Kane and Son, wait and see. Let's see how this matchup lawan Everton goes. Then after that, there's the international break, of course, which always has this challenges of people getting injured. So might want to wait to plenty of players, including Kane, Son, they're all playing in the international break. So you might wait but plan it out. And the thing is, remember, after this international break, tak ada dah international break sampai
Yes. Itu yang aku nantikan. Tak ada lagi distraction supaya kita boleh really plan our team.
Yeah.
So macam Brian kata dia nak captain Son this week, man. Adakah anda bersetuju dengan pendapat dia?
Tak setuju lah. Come on, Brian.
Kalau Son meletup, Spurs meletup, inilah game dia.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's really brave, Brian. I wouldn't.
Okay. Zuyong, kau still hold your wildcard. Bila nak main ni? Aku ada wildcard juga. Aku dah terfikir aku akan main pada week 12 akan datang. Itu aku punya tinggi.
Okay. Alright, let's move to Leeds.
Okay, Leeds on Leicester. Okay, just nak tanya perkembangan terkini. Leicester punya asset ada juga yang saya dengar ada banyak injury and so on. Leeds juga bagaimana perkembangan Brentford, adakah masih status yang sama, ailing and so on? Yep.
Okay, so Brentford is still out, and that's the important piece of the puzzle. Rafinha, fortunately, he's fit. Tak ada any new issues coming up with him. And he's going to be important. Without Rafinha, Leeds are toast. Leicester, they need a bounce back after kalah lawan Arsenal hari tu. So I think they'll feel that they could have won that game, and they had their chances. The question is how Leicester will line that up. Leicester punya players mostly fit, I think. Evans semua dah okay dah. How will they do back to the previous formation, because they did that in the last match when it wasn't working, instead of having the two up front of Nacho and Vardy, they changed it back, and suddenly Vardy was up front by himself again. So it should be a Leicester win here.
All right. Yeah. On paper, looks like Leicester has the chance to win. Tapi Leeds pun attacking juga. Kalau kau tanya aku ada asset macam Vardy ni. Walaupun kau dah frustrated lepas tu game 1 point. Bagilah chance dia lawan Leeds ni. Mungkin dia meletup Big Hall lawan Leeds. Dia kau fikirlah lepas tu nak ubah pergi siapa. I think keep him. Aku pun ada Vardy. So maybe kalau kata Azmin kata Leicester patut menang game ni, siapa lagi nak score kalau tak Vardy kan? Okeylah, takkanlah. Okay, so saya rasa kalau siapa ada asset seperti Rafinha, Vardy semua, I think they will keep for this game lah. Alright?
Yeah.
Okay, last but not least, West Ham lawan Liverpool. Saya dengar ada injury latest dekat Liverpool camp yang akan mengubah pendirian kita player seperti Jota. So itu kemarin. And then what about West Ham? Ada injury yang patut dirisau ke?
Okay, West Ham seem to be okay, so tak ada masalah, I think. And we don't know Kufal will return as the number one right back. I'm not sure because Ben Johnson has been doing well, and last week he even scored a goal. Remember? Yeah. What's important? The important part here is because Yarmolenko was injured, and you know how Yarmolenko was being used in the Europa League as the front man, but he was injured, and as a result, Antonio main midweek. Yeah, he didn't score either again. But his other teammates did. So it's a bit of a dangerous situation. Are they overusing Antonio? Because we know that they are really taking care of his fitness. ada news mengatakan when he flies off to Jamaica for his national team, dia akan bawa sekali dia punya physio or dia punya special.
Pergi ke? Kali ni dia pergi ke? Sebab last international break tak pergi.
Macam nak kena pergi je. It's at that point. So itulah.
Dia ni start out early tapi dia terpaksa travelling, masih penat tu Zung.
Yeah, still playing at Genk. But the good thing, it is the last match of the day, which is on Sunday night. But Liverpool will have had better rest. Liverpool were playing at Anfield and they had an extra day of rest. So there you go.
So untuk Liverpool main update pasal Firmino.
Okay, so Liverpool, the biggest news, we know that Firmino got injured and now we find out that in terms of how long he'll be out for, mungkin more than 4 weeks, which is bad news for Liverpool, but good news for FPL. So especially those who already have Jota. So it means that Jota is most likely going to be a confirmed starter. Yeah, so yeah, correct.
Siapa Jota owner, inilah time dia ya.
Yep, Ganesan, that's right. Firmino is out. Aside from that, Fabinho is back, so that's good. Obviously Elliott is still out. Jones is back. Jones is okay. Alex Oxlade, Thiago should be okay as well. Yeah, so we have returned. Fortunately, our midfield tak separah yang saya risau because everyone is starting to return fit, and the most important person is Fabinho lah. So it's good, but it's going to be a hard match. I think maybe it's a 2-1 win for Liverpool, but it's not going to be easy. Yeah, and I can see how people may consider not captaining Salah, but yeah, kena berani lah kalau tak nak.
Okay, good. I think we cover all matches for this upcoming game week. Okay, before kita pergi tengok kita punya team main, apa plan kita untuk this week. Okay, saja nak baca the most transfer in and out this week lah, untuk fikir sama ada kita nak make this kind of move kalau belum buat. Okay, James adalah yang paling banyak manager bawa masuk minggu ni, iaitu lebih kurang 836,000 manager dah bawa masuk. Banyak tu.
Banyak.
Okay. And then Smith Rowe second, 656,000, menjadikan harga dia sudah naik kepada 5.7 juta. And then, ni terkejut juga aku, tapi tak sangka. Third one is Gallagher. Harga 5.7. Mungkinkah sebab 13 poin dia dapat, tapi lawan Manchester City dia mampu juga skor 354,000. Okay. And then the fourth one is Tony, sebab lawan Norwich dapat masuk. Yes, you expect that kind of move. Yep. And then
go on.
The fifth one is Chilwell. That's it.
Okay. Gallagher too, I didn't expect people to jump in, and I think that we should really consider that carefully with Crystal Palace. Although the run of fixtures isn't too bad. James tu memang tak terkejut langsung when he scored 21 points. 21 kan last week. Siapa tak nak kan? And with a favourable run of matches, and looks like he will continue to start. I think earlier there was a worry about whether or not he would have secured that spot, and looks like he has. Yeah, because in terms between James and Azpilicueta or Hudson-Odoi for that spot, it looks like Reece is the one yang memang doing well in that spot. So yeah.
Okay, aku baca ke top transfer out juga. Okay, ramai orang manager buat keluar adalah nombor 1, Danny Ings. Okay, sebab dia injured. Ramai juga, aku tak sangka juga ramai juga yang ada lagi Ings yang nak bawa keluar ni. So tapi dia dah top most out. Second is Alonso, mungkin sebab dia injured and also losing place to Chilwell. But the third one is Mason Mount, the one yang most transfer in. I think 2 minggu lepas, sekarang the most transfer out. Very cruel FPL managers ni. Tak cukup terus keluar.
I think those yang benefited by already having Mason Mount ialah yang untuk those who bawa dia after the hat-trick memang wasted. And that's a bit of an alarm for those yang ambil Reece James. Remember, scored a hat trick, or scored
Dua
highest,
gol.
20 plus points.
Yes.
Chelsea player. Now Reece James has done the same. Will he follow the same way as Mark? Or tak? I mean, this is totally random. It's not. There's no science on this. Tapi itulah.
Okay. Alright, Min. Let's go through your team.
Okay. So let me share my screen.
Okay. Right.
All right. Can see. All right.
Okay.
So this is my team as it stands, and dah susun. Tadi kata Ings most transfer out. Yes, I still have Ings there. But I'm not doing any transfers this week. But I want to prepare for that and see before I decide whether to bring in
Wah,
Kane.
aku tunjuk thumbs up ni, Min. Jarang kau cakap nak roll transfer ni. Aku nak put thumbs up ni.
Asyik hit memanja kan. Tapi I think it's okay because I think my squad is quite decent at the moment. Boleh tahan. With Huang and Livramento on my bench, I think it's a strong bench that I can use kalau Cancelo disappear ke, Havertz disappears, or Rafinha suddenly disappears. I'm pretty happy with the squad. Again, my only problem is Raya there. So I think at some point after, maybe not after game week 12, maybe game week 13, I may have to move for a goalkeeper. But other than that, I'm comfortable, and I hopefully with Norwich's more injuries reported, and Mbeumo and Tony can exploit that and score goals. But my captaincy will still remain on Salah.
Okay. Aku tengok dekat sini, aku envy kau punya squad sebab kau ada choice. Ings tu tolak tepi lah. Tapi Huang tu tak main macam, alamak. Bila aku tengok, siapa aku nak drop? Kan?
Tak boleh kan?
Kalau aku nak drop pun daripada team tu, kalau drop Cancelo pun macam baru dia 3 assist kot. Champions League kan, tak berani lah nak bawa dia ni. Rafinha Leicester home, so he could also score goal. Foden, Bomo dengan Tony lawan Norwich kot, memanglah kena main. So I think it was spoiled for choice, dan memang I will also do like this kot.
Kan tak boleh fikir kan, it's hard. It's very very hard to differentiate between who might do well and who won't. So this is my decision as it stands lah, unless there's any last minute news, but there hasn't been any. Kaji juga, tengok juga news tapi tak ada. So okay lah, I think that's it.
Okay.
But we knew midweek that I wasn't planning on making many transfers. I think it was your team that we want to see. So let's see what you're gonna do. Go to yours.
Alright. Boleh. So let me show my team. Aku sempat snap sikit aku punya gambar. Nampak ke? Min, gambar kau ke tepi sikit muka, baru nampak.
Oh, okay. Sorry, distracted. Tengok balik.
So my team is Sanchez at goal, home to Newcastle. I expect clean sheet at least. Rugilah kau tak dapat clean sheet lawan Newcastle kan. This is the game that we are looking forward. Then aku ada Trent, ada Rudiger and Cancelo. I will play both of them, although Livramento still keep ticking and dapatkan point, dan lawan home dengan Villa pula macam patut dia main ke tak. For now he's at my bench. Aku dah tukar. Ismail Sarr is gone already, and then I brought in the most second transfer in, Smith Rowe, bawa masuk against Watford. Aku berfikir lama tau, Bomo atau Smith Rowe. So aku fikir Bomo meletup juga lawan Norwich, tapi double up asset Brentford takut macam too much. So I think I nak cover juga on Arsenal asset, and I think I've been eyeing Smith Rowe for quite some time already. So I feel he's the one to pick. He's also talisman juga untuk Arsenal punya play. And Arsenal also can be among the good team now lah. Brentford pula macam kadang terumbang-ambing. I still expect lawan Norwich dia menang, tapi susah that one lah. Okay. Hafiz team sebiji. main minuskan silang Harvest.
GB.
Biasalah. Template kot.
Alright, so yeah,
Alright.
good.
So then aku ada Rafinha, okay.
Yeah.
Ada Havertz which I already have like 3 minggu dah. So this week aku akan bagi dia chance last sebelum kita tukar dia after international break. Salah is there and will be my captain. I have Vardy. I will give him this last chance. Lawan Leeds, hopefully dia produce something. Tony I already have from the beginning of the season. Aku akan, inilah masa dia aku nantikan. Kalau dia tak meletup lawan Norwich, aku sedih.
Okay.
And Antino looks like macam he will be there lawan Liverpool apa, walaupun orang tak suka. Antonio ramai juga orang bawa keluar. So nak bawa dia over Livramento, not sure. Okay, ramai juga mungkin kata better do like that, but this my team for now lah.
Okay. All right. Yeah,
Okay,
I think it's pretty good. Yeah, we need to see whether or not Vardy comes back to his form. Of course, it is against Leeds. Yeah, she's great. Other than that, I have no real issues. Smith Rowe, yeah, good job bringing in Smith Rowe.
Okay, tapi macam aku share dekat midweek, aku punya target ialah nak wildcard pada game week 12 insyaAllah. Yeah. Okay, tapi aku ada lagi satu transfer tak guna. Aku sebenarnya nak tukar and upgrade Shaw kepada Chelsea defender untuk main this game week.
Okay.
And drop Antonio dekat bench, tetapi aku tak ada cukup duit untuk bawa Reece James atau Chilwell. So sekarang sama ada aku tak guna transfer tu ataupun aku guna untuk, kalau nak buat pun aku rasa tak, macam tak ada buat apa. Nak buat apa, aku takkan nak tukar keeper aku pula kan. So because I will definitely play Sanchez over anyone at this juncture. So maybe aku burn satu transfer dan wildcard game week 12 sebab aku punya thinking of bawa Son atau Kane masuk game week 12 and restructure my team. Harvest out for somebody else, Foden ke siapa. Rafinha might be also out. So Vardy definitely out. So aku akan reconstruct game week 12 lah. Min, yes.
If you're gonna burn your transfer, why not just change Shaw to someone else? Because we saw that Shaw, his price has been dropping. So I don't know if either you want to risk you know, you'll have
Satu lagi aku just nak throw out kepada semua yang ada dekat sini, siapa yang menonton ni ya. Kau tahu kan Spurs on form, bukan on form, Spurs dah tukar manager, mungkin dia dapat bounce back totally lawan Everton, dah start pick up kan. Aku tak mampu Kane atau Son this week, okay. Tetapi aku mampu tukar Shaw kepada Reguilon dan bawa dia masuk dan bagi dia chance main game ni lawan Everton. Apa pendapat kau?
Well, Shaw to Reguilon, who you benching then?
Then I think Antonio lah.
Antonio, okay, all right, fair enough. Okay.
Would you do that?
Yeah, that might be a risk. Okay, you got about an hour plus more to decide that. I like the idea because I remember I mentioned during midweek that I think we shouldn't overlook the defense of Spurs if they're going to play in that wing-back formation. So yeah. Let's see how we go.
Tapi adakah Reguilon deserve the place over Livramento yang has been performing? Itu yang aku tengah fikir.
Well, Livramento is always good for the backup when someone disappears. but if you're going to be feeding Kane and Son, Reguilon there, I think it looks good. Yeah, Livramento, who's he's not good. He doesn't have the quality of the caliber, the likes of Kane or Son in front of him. Yeah, so yeah, that's probably the main reason why Livramento always turns out at the bench. Okay.
Okay, right. Kita tengok apa komen-komen dekat sini. Will Azpilicueta play ya? Okay, sekejap ya. Aku tutup aku punya team ni. Okay. Will Azpilicueta play? Could you reply in English? Oh, Ming, this is yours.
Okay, so yes, I'm actually quite confident that Azpilicueta will play, even though he may not play in James' position. Thiago Silva, he's played again, and I don't think if he played in last weekend and played in midweek, I don't think he's going to be able to play in a row. So I think Azpilicueta, Rudiger, and Chalobah, will probably play at that centre back, in that three at the back, because I think James is pretty much secure. The only issue is that if that means that Azpi will be playing as a more conventional centre back, so he won't be bombarding up as much as if he was playing in James' position. So yeah, so that's my thoughts on that. Anything to add, Hafiz?
I think if I have Azpilicueta and you do not have anything to do, this so-called like luxury move lah, if you can change to Chilwell or Reece James but if let's say you have other fire to put out, I would attend that first because Azpilicueta have every chance to play this game alongside Thiago and also Rudiger. It could be only a clean sheet, but you never know. Azpilicueta has even scored a double-digit haul before, so that's my own opinion. Okay, let's go to this one. Sankar, Vardy to Aubameyang. For me this week, I will
Sorry, you do it. I'm sorry.
I will give him another chance for Vardy, but if you feel that Aubameyang will have more chance of scoring and that is the move that you can afford to do, then by all means you can do it lah, Sankar.
I just want to say hi, Saki. Nice to see you. So Saki is a mate of mine that I in a forum that we have, starting 11 your fantasy football. So I just want to say nice to see you. I think it's from India. Okay, so I think it's a good move. I disagree with Hafiz a bit. If you have the funds, no, of course you'd have the funds, Vardy to Aubameyang, but I do feel that Aubameyang is a better pick than Vardy at this point, because simply looking at how Arsenal playing, so they look really confident, and there's some smooth passing involved, and they seem to have a good setup going at the moment, with Smith Rowe, Saka supporting the strikers. So yeah, I'm all for it, Sanki.
Okay, good. Brian kata suruh aku jual Cancelo ke suruh kita jual Cancelo, bring in James. No, Cancelo is the best Man City value defender right now. He's already dekat 6.4 juta tak silap. Okay. So aku beli dia murah juga macam tu, 6.1 ke 6 macam tu. So no, for James yang maybe kadang-kadang dia akan main tapi dia boleh ada potensi tak main and masuk cameo minutes like 20 minit and so on. So I don't want that.
Okay, Brian, for me I can't, because I already maxed out on my Chelsea players. I've got Rudiger, Chilwell and Havertz, so that's not something I can do. Okay. But you know what? I was close to putting Cancelo on the bench for this week, simply because I thought Manchester United could score. But when I found out that Kyle Walker is a serious doubt and Cancelo would be playing on the right, I put him back into the starting 11, because I think Cancelo really has a good potential to score a lot of points at the right position. Tak payah jauh, Brian. Midweek dia bagi 3 assist. 3 assist walaupun lawan kelab je lah. Okay, rakyat FPL ada tanya Shaw kepada Chilwell dan sub Antonio. Ni mungkin untuk aku lah, tapi sorry bang, dia tak cukup duit. Sebenarnya kalau cukup duit saya bawa. Tak cukup duit. Saya ada 5.7, Chilwell 6 juta. Tak cukup duit. Saya nak buat Reece 5.8 pun tak cukup duit. So memang saya berfikir, tapi tak dapat sebab Shaw jatuh harga, Smith Rowe naik harga. Inilah dia market FPL. Terpaksalah aku berfikir regulon. Okay, I'm benching Cancelo, I'm playing captain on Havertz. Brian, kau silakan. Aku tak berani captain Havertz. Well, Brian is a Chelsea fan, so all the best.
Kalau je nak, boleh, no problem.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's followed the team more and maybe he sees something that we may not have seen. So,
tapi jangan terkejut juga Havertz sudah main like 2 kali 90 minit soal, tiba-tiba dia tak start, dia bagi tahu polisi main lepas tu 20 minit, last minute baru masuk. So you never know. Tuchel is the new Pep.
As long he becomes a super sub and scores when he subs on, then okay, we'll see. Yeah. Can't tell, can't say. But I don't think he will, because Mount is injured, and I think Havertz should start.
Okay. last question aku, Captain Chilwell, it's a good choice, clean sheet semua. So not bad, tapi you bet against Salah lah. Salah really on fire right now. But you want to really go differential kan, nak lain daripada lain. Boleh je. Paling
I wouldn't captain him. You know what? Because I think Burnley will score. I think Burnley is finding some mojo. I think they're finding some rhythm.
Kalau beli skor, aku tahu siapa. Connect lagi lah.
Well, it's either him or Chris Wood. So those are the main scorers.
Okay. I think itu saja kita pada malam ni, Min. Sebelum kita berpisah, saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua yang join pada malam ni, okay, yang bagi feedback untuk kita berbicara and so on. So thank you for your support. If you like our content, if you like our video, give a thumbs up and also subscribe to our FPL Jedi show. Min?
Yeah. Okay, thanks everyone. All the best for game week 11. May the force be with you always.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Assalamualaikum.